I was watching a match between Cape Verde and Spain. And even myself, I predicted that Spain is just going to walk over them. It's going to be 3-1, the prediction. But I was wrong. I'm telling you this because I think if you've heard a lot of people who were bitter like Gattuso talking about so many teams that are going to the World Cup, Africans are getting so many teams and then these games are going to be boring. I'm telling you, that game wasn't boring. And I think the fact that Cape Verde made it hard for Spain to actually get a shot on target, I think it was something that was actually alarming to Spain in the first half, that these guys are not going anywhere. They are determined to actually what they are doing in their defense. And I think if you're looking at those matches, you'll be like, okay, but it was just a one game. I know that Germany actually put like 7 goals against Curacao. But the good thing about that, if you're watching the game, Curacao did try to play. It's just that they were playing up against like a good quality. So that means the game wasn't that boring, even though we knew that Germany was going to actually walk over them. But the game was more interesting, especially in the first part of the match. Then you go to Brazil versus Morocco. If you look at that score and the game, it doesn't actually reflect, because if you watch the game, you realize that Morocco actually was supposed to kill Brazil in that game. But because Brazil was just out of the game, Casemiro was low, Paqueta, I don't know what he was doing. It was just a mess in that midfield. And Boadi, I think it's Boadi, the 18-year-old, was just running that midfielder like by himself. He didn't even need Onahi to come back and collect the ball. He was just doing everything. And I think that shows as well that those many countries that are going into the World Cup and people are claiming that. And I know that I'm mentioning Morocco because Morocco actually finished in the semi-final in the last World Cup. So I think they are that team now, and they are ranked, I think, inside top 10. I think they are number 8 in the FIFA ranking. So I think they are that team at this moment. So I'm not going to be worried about them that much. But I'm saying Cape Verde and Spain, this game just proves to us that these teams, they can come in and frustrate these so-called big teams and then just cause another upset. And I think we saw also a game against Australia in Turkey. And Turkey, everybody, most people, they were thinking Turkey was going to walk over them. And if you were watching the game, you realize that the possession also, it was the same thing as today's game. The possession was already high on that game, but Australia was like, we're going to have a plan. And I think that's a good thing about defending with a plan. Like, I've never seen a team that's defend with a plan like Cape Verde. They were so committed into their task, and what they did, they made sure that they just take the ball and give it to the wide guys. If they're giving to the middle guys, they run and open up the space. They try their movement and try what they know best and try to actually frustrate Spain even attacking. And I think if they actually had maybe more fresh legs in the second half, maybe they were going to frustrate Spain even more, because they needed those fresh legs, because at some point you could see that now they were tired. They've been doing a lot of working, but I don't think they can sustain this kind of working hard all the tournament. And I think maybe they're going to come up with some play in some of the games where they can actually hold the ball, because what I like about them, they have a vision of actually how they want to play, how they want to attack, which is moving ball into the wide. If they're driving into the middle of the fact, they're even more confident moving into those smaller paces, creating those pockets around Spain actually when they were playing against them. So I think there is something that they can do, but I'm just happy about the World Cup. Forget about all the bitter people that were complaining about so many teams in the World Cup. And it's been proven to us that every time FIFA expand the World Cup, we get more upsets. That's going to excite more of the neutral fans. So I think Spain, first draw, gave a point to Cape Verde. They got another one. So now they need to go and win the next 2. But maybe they might not do that, because some of the number 3s are qualified also in this World Cup, which is 8 of them. The best 8 will qualify to the last 32. So it was just my video talking about this game I just watched, man. I'm just happy for Cape Verde, the way they were committed to what they wanted to do in that game, and I think they got the point that they wanted the most. So I think good for them, man. Good for them. Well done, Cape Verde. And I think you played very well. I'll see you on the next one.